Joining us now is Southeast Polk head coach Brad Zelenovich, and let's first talk about last week, Coach. And not surprised that you lost, but kind of surprised it was a shutout there. What's your assessment of that game against Johnston?
Well, it was really bad. No other way to put it. They weren't ready to play, and they hit us with kickoff return to start, and then battled back through a touchdown pass that was called back on a lineman downfield on a drop back protection, which, you know, looking at the tape wasn't the case, but neither here nor there. Just couldn't get out of our own way. Too many turnovers, too many mistakes against a good team on the road. Pick six right before half, and one of those things you can't undo it. We've moved on, obviously. Credit to them. They were ready to play. That's the deal our guys got when they put that helmet on. So, we're back to work this week. No excuses and trying to get better and see what we can do down here down the stretch.
So you think you had a good week of practicing and getting rid of that and moving on to the next opponent?
Well, that'll yet to be determined, but that's the challenge. Yeah, there's been glimpses of good preparation. And that's been the challenge. Always is a challenge with high school kids. Does a bunch of one game seasons. You got to move on. Nobody's going to feel sorry for you for sure, especially us. So it is what it is. You tip your hat to the opponent and you move on and got another challenge this week. It's Central Iowa CIML on Friday night. I don't know. I'm sure there's a lot of experts out there that got it all figured out, but these schedules that everybody plays are tough, and you got to be at your best every week, and that starts on Monday. It starts on the preparation on the practice field, how you go about your business. So that's been the message to our guys, and yeah, for the most part, it's been a good week.
Yeah, I'm trying not to look at it. Well, three times defending state champions, because I know you lose people, and every year's new, and you got to fill those in. But just sitting back and looking at this team, are you pleased with the progress you made or the things that you've done? I know that been some losses in there, but overall, what's the feeling on the team?
Yeah, I each year's a new year, and we knew that coming into this year, even the past 3, 4, 5, 6, arguably eight years of playing pretty high level football, and the past is the past, and it's about the preparation and trying to get better, creating our identity, and at times have played really high level football. Beat the preseason number one team at home week 2, went on the road week 4 and beat the number one team, 4-0 undefeated team on the road. So the story goes that if we take care of the ball, if we just go play the opponent, if we stay out of our own way, we're a pretty good football team. If we don't do those things, if we don't value the football, if we give up explosive plays, if we're sloppy, as we have been in 2 big games, uncharacteristic, from what happened Friday, then yeah, we're not very good, and our kids know that. So that's the challenge. You're dealing with high school kids, and even at the professional level, the high college level, being at your best every day is really hard to do. And so that's what separates elite. That's what separates great players and great teams from everybody else. And there's been glimpses of young players, starting to figure it out, and the game's starting to slow down, and that's been exciting to see. And so, yeah, all we can do is continue to work hard, and that's what we've done, and put ourselves in a position to win this week.
And talk about this Waukee team. What do you see out of them? What do you got to do to be successful against them?
Well, I think it starts offensively with their 2 ball carriers. I'll say one, obviously the quarterback, and then the tailback, who played a lot of football for them. I think the quarterback's started since his freshman year, and the running back's been a multi-year player, and very both productive, physical kids, very good with the ball in their hand. Got some experience back up front, and then they're pretty balanced. They've got some good playmakers on the perimeter with some good receivers. They can go catch the ball, and so they make you defend the whole field. They spread you out to run it, and they throw it, and they're balanced. And so we're going to have to be at our best defensively, making sure we align correctly. Getting off blocks and then tackle. We missed some tackles, gave up some explosive plays Friday night. So we got to clean that up. And then defensively, long, physical front on the defensive side. Good skill players on the perimeter. Both safeties are very impressive. Got good speed in the secondary. So just overall, really solid team, not to mention their kicking game. Very, very good, punter and kicker, that has, done a good job, creating some, long fields for people and creating some returns in the kicking game. I think they've returned two for touchdowns. So just a really solid football team. They were a year ago too, when we went out there. I think, they only had one loss. So, they've done a nice job and had a good year.
So let's talk a little bit. The RPI's out. You guys are 17, and that your goal has been to get in the postseason. You've done a good job of that. What do you talk about that? You look at that. Well, how do you handle that part of it right now?
I haven't even looked. I didn't even know until you told me. I'm sure our kids know. Everybody knows, right? I mean, that's the world everybody lives in is social media and instant gratification. And now, I mean, none of that stuff matters. Didn't matter preseason, doesn't matter now. I know it comes out, it's got to come out. Literally, I know it sounds like coach speak, but we got a lot of things to worry about ourselves. We're not worried about anything else. Even since I've been a head coach at Ankeny and this place, we don't worry about the opponent. It's about us, and we'll have our hands full Friday. We got to have a great week, and we're gonna have to play well to beat a good team at home. We know that, our kids know that. So usually, if you can do those things, the RPI and all that stuff takes care of itself. So, yeah, I know it's a talking point for people and whatnot, but we haven't talked about it at all.
Already. Well, we appreciate you taking time to talk with us here in the pregame show, Coach, and good luck to you Friday night.
Awesome. Thanks, Dar. Appreciate it.